Hey, what's going on, guys? This video, I'm testing out the Harley-Davidson V-Rod. I'm only doing it this way with different audio recording because this is when I had the terrible mic and I didn't really talk much about it. I was just test riding it just because I wanted to. Riding out here with my brother. Yeah, he took my bike because he wanted to ride with me.
We're going left to right.
That's good old fun and all that. So he just wanted to get a day to ride, so I was saying let's go up to the dealership and we can just have fun.
Okay.
I can test out a bike, whatever. And this is the only bike I could test out because there's just some reason. Well, not some reason. My build is I'm really big, a big guy, so I couldn't really fit on any other bike. I wanted to test out the Street Glide, but because the heel toe shifter that it has, my foot's too big for it, so I couldn't really fit on the bike. And the bike just felt really small because of the seat that they had put on there, so I couldn't really I don't think I could have controlled it well. So this is the only bike that I looked at and I was like, well, I guess I'll test ride something. So anyway, let's talk about how the bike felt. It's made to be a sport bike, so that's different to me. I've never actually rode a sport bike. I couldn't really see in the rear view mirrors because they're kind of small. They're smaller than, well, they look the same size, but they just had the stupid warning label on the side mirrors there, so I couldn't see into them that much. And since the bike is definitely smaller than mine, especially in the height, the mirrors were like angled down, and they were a weird way. Like they were all pointed down. I couldn't like raise them up. I'd have to push them out more, and I was having trouble doing that. And with new stuff, I've been very careful with it because, of course, you don't want to break something that's brand new. So I just didn't want to mess with it.
Stop sign and you're in third gear, you don't have to shift all the way down. You can stop and it shifts the first for you, and then it stops back up to third once you hit the RPM.
What bike? Does it?
Yeah, it does. I forgot to tell you.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, like you can see it. It'll pop itself down to first.
Yeah, I know that, but I hold in the clutch the whole time while I'm doing that.
No, I'll do it. It's like when you stop at a stop sign, don't do it. Like, it's fucking awesome.
Oh.
So the takeoff on the bike isn't that bad. It felt like the bike felt like very much like a dirt bike to me. I don't know if there was much torque, much power behind the bike taking off. But I'm pretty sure if you really use the throttle like all the way down, you'll definitely get somewhere. As far as I can remember, the bike it felt okay. The ride on it was smooth. I didn't like the seat that much, except for the little backrest that it has. And for me, the bike was very small. I still felt crunched up on the bike and like very pushed forward, but it didn't really feel that comfortable. But I could say I could ride it as a commuting bike. So there's that as well. Turn signals worked well. I didn't know when they were on. That was the one problem. But the buttons on them are a lot better than mine because they actually felt like I was clicking in a button. And on my bike, the turn signals, like I said, I'm not really familiar with sporty kind of bikes, and the RPM range, I was trying to keep them in the same level as mine, or my current bike, around under 3,000, but with sport bikes, I think you can have them a little bit higher. So I was going to like the 5,000 RPM range, and very easily. So that was also interesting to me, very different. So just cruising on the highway. It was a windy day, but I guess we were on the back end of the wind, or I don't know much about talking about wind, but I wasn't getting a lot of wind resistance coming, going towards the bridge here. Right here, my brother decides to just drop a gear and go really fast. So we both went about 100 and something. He said he went about 120, and I was just like, oh, well, it looks like we're going fast now. So I think I got up to about 110 around there. So that was very interesting and a fun time to actually go that fast, because I usually never go that fast. I didn't like the design. I don't like the design of the bike, but it still is kind of pretty. But it is, like I've already said like 10 times probably, the bike is small, and I guess that's generally all the same for mini sport bikes. The bikes are a little smaller, but they still have a lot of power with them. Yeah. A look around at the bike. The exhaust on it looked like it'd be louder, but they're just tiny little pipes when I actually looked into it, and just like, okay. On the back of the bike, I do like the fat tire that it has for the back, but anything else, it's just, yeah, it's alright. The red color isn't bad either. But those are all my opinions, and I'll let the video keep going as much as I have. My GoPro died around the as soon as we left the place where we stopped. So anyway, that's my opinion. If you have a different opinion or anything else about this V-Rod or this review, just let me know. Comment below. And thanks for watching, and have a good time. Bye-bye.
I was really worried that this that this was going to run out of gas, because it kept saying I had 28 miles left. And that was when we left, and still when we just got here. Yeah, it's basically a speed bike. Which way? I don't know that way.
You take short after me, I'll show you.
Okay, give me a second.
Does it have reverse?
No. Ah!
What kind of Tron bike is that?
Hold on.